he used to organize Zhao Liying openly, yet presently he is utilized as an instrument by the Running Man. What has Zhang Kai experienced? On the off chance that Zhao Liying was not all that genuine, she probably won't be humiliated by Zhang Kai openly. In 2015, Zhang Kai, who was at the center of attention, worked together with Zhao Liying, who turned into a hit. Subsequently, the two were consulted together, and the outcome was consistently blunt. Zhao Liying uncovered in a meeting that an unscripted TV drama with the content is incomparable to recording. You should realize that Running Man was the most sizzling unscripted TV drama available in those days. As an entertainer, Zhang Kai had never been famous until this theatrical presentation. Progressively be known, and film arrangements proceed. In spite of the fact that Zhao Liying didn't make reference to this prearranged theatrical presentation, she just partook in it in the relatively recent past, and presently she expressed so before the Running Man veteran. It is without a doubt an insult of the other party. Around then, the appearance on the essence of Zhang Kai, who was perched as an afterthought, was always showing signs of change. The humiliating ones gulped and licked their lips. The two might have framed an extension as of now, so Zhang Kai will likewise humiliate Zhao Liying 5 years after the fact. Out of nowhere, Zhao Liying, who returned in the wake of conceiving an offspring in 2020, went to an honors service, yet Zhang Kai, who was the host at that point, found out if it was difficult work as a mother or difficult work as an entertainer. Before Zhao Liying could offer her viewpoint, Zhang Kai offered the response in the most natural-sounding way for him. Subsequent to saying this, Zhang Kai additionally approached the crowd to give Feng Xiaofeng the hottest adulation to Feng Xiaofeng, who is raising his child at home. Albeit this was only an exuberant television show, it uncovered Zhang Kai's customary reasoning. Luckily, Zhao Liying has encountered huge pieces and waves, despite the fact that Zhang Kai's words are loaded with undertones, and she passes on all the weight of raising the child to the dad of the youngster. She actually keeps a nice grin. Zhang Kai recorded 100 Running Men, yet this time he would have rather not won. In a specific episode of Running Man, visitors need to welcome 10 fans to supper, yet the group that spends the most will lose, and the punishment for losing the game is to bear the utilization of different groups. So to set aside cash, the individuals from the Running Man flaunt their abilities. After Dang Zhao requested nourishment for the fans, he went straightforwardly to the back kitchen to help, attempting to help a free request through his own work. Yang Yang requested the least expensive home-prepared food, like fried eggs with tomatoes, and the best one was Wang Zulin. The fans messed around with him for a day, and he was at that point depleted as of now. To win, he straightforwardly hydrated to fulfill his yearning. The fans were starving to death, and they needed to smack their faces enlarged to make them fat for Wang Zulin's face, until at last Wang Zulin he was close-fisted and requested a plate of vermicelli. Chen he never thought often much about dominating or losing the match, so he even arranged fish for the fans. Among these individuals, Zhang Kai was the most liberal. He brought the server over and gave the menu. I requested every one of the most costly dishes on the menu, and a dinner cost in excess of 3,000 yuan. As per his approach to requesting, if nothing else occurs, he should be the last player in the game. However, Zhang Kai couldn't care less, and even appropriates the additional dishes in his table to different groups. At the point when the outcomes were reported, Zhang Kai won the last spot with in excess of 3,000 utilization. Besides the fact that he named was the failure, yet he additionally needed to bear the costs of different groups. In any case, through this opposition, individuals can see one more place of Zhang Kai. All things considered, he used to have a cutthroat demeanor. In spite of the fact that he lost the game, he won the person. After the program bunch flopped over and over, what reason does Zhang Kai have for not leaving? Everybody realized that Zhang Kai had a terrible attitude, and he would be enraged in light of the fact that his well-known brand was removed, terrifying Lu Han such a lot of that he wouldn't even come close to going ahead, and chiding Hu Chenyu until his eyes were brimming with tears. Notwithstanding, with Zhang Kai, Chen He and others leaving in a steady progression, he appears to have turned into a device man in the situation with Running Man. It very well may be utilized as a venturing stone for Yang Yang to dominate the match, or it tends to be a casualty for Li Chen to curry favor with new individuals. In the second period of the yellow stream part, there is a round of changing vegetable seeds. The player who gets the most costly seeds by playing the game is the champ. Zhang Kai buckled down for a day. At long last he got the kidney bean seeds with the most exorbitant cost, yet he assumed he got the opportunity to win, yet he was assembled by the chief group. For Yang Yang, who was in the last spot, to win, the program group exceptionally gave her an honor to trade seeds through a little game. This prompted a polar inversion in the places of Zhang Kai and Yang Yang. At the point when the game outcome was reported, Zhang Kai's eyes were loaded up with tears, yet everybody decided to deliberately ignore. It isn't the initial occasion when Zhang Kai has been designated by an old part. In the noting meeting of the game, Li Chen even stooped down and passed the grabbed crawfish to Wu Zuanai's feet, leaving Zhang Kai astounded. Presently Li Chen appears to have turned into the vassals of this gathering of new age traffic, so they can wrong their great siblings over and over. This can't resist the urge to make individuals imagine that when Zhang Kai got the 100th sequential recording grant for ideal participation from the program launch in 2020, he was eager to the point that he burst out crying, and, surprisingly, posted a little creation on Weibo to honor his 6th the days and evenings he enjoyed with his siblings throughout the long term. He didn't expect that this is what is happening now. Maybe he ought to have continued in the strides of Deng Zhao and Shen He and left this miserable spot early. 02. 24-year-old Zhao Lusi stepped on really high heels and showed up in an empty skirt, discussed work, yet didn't discuss stowed away God. With the 7-day broadcast of Kinking Day today, it got through the record of breaking 10,000 in the station at the quickest speed. The courageous woman Tian Ziwei has effectively entered the public eye. The Chunqing young lady brought into the world in 1997 as a genuine post-95 floret. He was brought into the world in an expert class, and due to his prevalent looks and strength, he was leaned toward by the insiders. Before the job of Li Wei was on the web, she escaped the circle on a limited scale with a little spending plan school show. That sort of charming exemplary green picture has likewise turned into a regular appearance in Sweet Young Lady's second creation video. One might say that before her name is formally acknowledged by everybody, her face is sufficient to make individuals important. Tian Ziwei's fame made the public see the devotion and strength of the 95 Blossoms. Yu Shuxin was just well known in the late spring getaway, and Tian Ziwei began to try sincerely when the year-end plan was drawing closer. As Zhao Lusi, who was guaranteed as top in a similar period, the strain of rivalry in this market has expanded a ton in a moment. Be that as it may, luckily, she left the circle before, when Yu Shuxin and Tian Ziwei were still in the supporting job circle. Her Chen Kaiakian became well known a long time back, and as a collaborated craftsman intimately with Goose production line. Subsequent to becoming well known, there are numerous great assets, film and TV show projects, yet in addition film and television dramatization projects. As far as design brands, subsequent to going to a specific brand's occasion in a white dress last time. Once more this time, she changed it to a quiet dark tone, with a smart and little plan, and became famous in the magnificence search. 24-year-old Zhao Lusi wears an emptied-out dark dress and looks smooth. Last time it was the uninformed minimal white bloom, yet this time it was the delicate and lovely dark lotus. Subsequent to remaining on the stage, confronting and displaying shots before her, the 24-year-old Zhao Lusi showed a smoothness past her typical age. She continued to grin and welcome the camera. During the period, because of the necessities of shooting, the staff continued to request to change postures and show packs. She was exuberant all through the entire interaction, and finished the handling of developments and articulations without surging. In light of the screen, Zhao Lusi was confused when confronted with terrible surveys when she originally appeared. Since I have a ton of involvement, I can as of now satisfy the requirements of exercises carefully. For this brand occasion, she likewise put a great deal of thought into it, keeping it straightforward and not strange. As far as cosmetics, she picked moderate wavy hair. As far as dress, she wore a tight skirt that showed her figure smoothly. The skirt has an empty plan on the chest area, which makes the skin more pleasant. At long last, coordinated with a couple of unadulterated dark high heels to build the head-to-body proportion, and the stupendous and sumptuous look emerges. With the exception of the thick-soled high-abate shoes, which appeared to be a piece hard to stroll in, all the other things was great. At the point when she featured in Shen Kaiakian, she was mocked for having a rich sack and not noble enough. At the point when it came to long tunesing, the shoulders became smooth in a split second, and the body became more slender. Zhao Lusi has been gaining ground in body the board. As a result of her rotund face, she is constantly confused with being unrestrained. The fantastic disposition presently is a demonstration of her persistent effort. She is in awesome condition. She has recently gotten done with recording from the team of Can't Conceal Cowardly, and everybody is anticipating her joining the new group. Shenine is as yet unsure, and it appears to be that picking a male lead is difficult. At the point when Zhao Lusi discussed work, he just discussed shooting advertisements. Furthermore, this new team is Covered Up God, which has been coursing on the web for quite a while. As the spin-off of Timeless Ju Chen, arrangements for this venture started the year before. Be that as it may, it required a long investment to begin the machine, on the grounds that the group was not prepared at this point. It was at long last said that Zhao Lusi was picked by the courageous woman, and Jing Boren was picked as the champion, and they were going to begin the machine. Subsequently, it was reputed that a legend had taken off briefly, so he could pick once more. It isn't not difficult to begin a film and TV project. Before the authority declaration of Zhao Lusi as the courageous woman of How About We Attempt the World, the team didn't miss others. So since the undertaking can't be open temporarily, then as a party. At the point when Zhao Lusi was gotten some information about the subsequent work plan, she didn't specify the name of the show. Trying to say that I need to shoot in it, and keep on advancing the pact in my grasp, I'm for sure a certified brand minister. 03. After Gong Jun won the claim, he gave the pay cash straightforwardly to the country primary school in Yunnan, and the web cheered. In the diversion circle, while partaking in the treatment of being encircled by a huge number of individuals, traffic stars are likewise experiencing the disturbance and torment of being hacked, defamed or even went after. Among them, Gong Jun is a regular model. Due to being hacked for a really long time, Gong Jun and his group at last needed to take up legitimate weapons and send off in honorable progression freedom security activities. What is extremely significant is that in a rights security case reported in November, after Gong Jun won the case and got a huge number of yuan in pay, he quickly gave it through his organization Suzhou Culture for a noble cause. Afterward, as per an article gave by the China Rustic Improvement Establishment, Gong Jun chose to give the cash to a country primary school in Guangnan Province, Wenshan, Yunnan, for the sake of his fan Jun Weekson. This demonstration of affection made individuals who like Gong Jun cheer, and it was broadly commended on the web. Under the applicable substance refreshed on the authority blog of the China Country Advancement Establishment, the quantity of preferences before long surpassed 20,000. The cash gave by Gong Jun will be utilized for the cause project Adoring Kitchen. It has become history, and the advantageous, productive and clean cherishing kitchen hardware will better safeguard the security of rustic youngsters barely out of reach of their minds and assist more provincial kids with eating hot, scrumptious and nutritious dinners. It checks out. What's more, a particularly mindful and significant demonstration, truth be told, the Jun Weekson has previously done it once in Yunnan. In July, the Junweixian Fund raised to fabricate a adoration kitchen for a grade school in Zhuanwei City, Guizheng, Yunnan. In a bunch of pictures delivered by the authority blog of the China Country Improvement Establishment around Den, you can see the outward presentation of the cherishing kitchen. Contrasted in cooking in an earthen oven, it is to be sure considerably more high-level and clean. Gong Jun and the Jun Weekson have united to show love like this, which is without a doubt an extremely sure good example in media outlets, and it is additionally a main thrust for netizens to be positive. I trust that in the provincial schools in Yunnan where the economy is generally troublesome, more individuals will give their affection later on and make more love kitchens so kids can experience the glow from all barracks.